Hi, second grade. We're going to go over your cold read for this week, your practice one. It's called, Is That a Cow in Your Wallet? If you can go ahead and get a pencil and your cold read out, we're going to go through this together. You can number the paragraphs first. There are 4 paragraphs on the front and 5 paragraphs on the back. Once you have your paragraphs numbered, go ahead and flip back to the front and we're going to make predictions. So I read the title, Is That a Cow in Your Wallet? And I see a picture of a cow. Now this is a little bit of a tougher one, but what do you predict this might be about? What are they talking about? Is that a cow in your wallet? Seems ridiculous. I can't put a cow in my purse or my wallet. All right. If you made some predictions the best you can, we're going to go ahead and start reading and figure out what they were talking about. Number 1, paragraph 1. A young boy needs a new pair of boots. His mother goes to the barn and picks out a large cow. Then she goes to the hen house and takes 2 hens. Next, she goes to the pantry. She scoops salt into a cloth sack. She also takes a handful of seashells from a tin pail. She puts them in her pocket. So far, I'm not understanding how this connects, but let's keep reading. The trip to buy the boots is not easy. The cow is slow. It stops to munch on grass every few minutes. The boy has to tug on the cow's rope to get her to move. The hens flap their wings. Feathers fly everywhere and stick to the boy's head. Rain begins to fall. The salt starts to dissolve. The sack leaks. Soon all the salt has melted away. The seashells rattle, the chickens cluck, and the cows moo. As you're reading, you should be thinking and making more predictions. So far, I'm still not sure what it's about, but it sounds like this is a mess. Things are not going well as they're trying to walk to where they're going. I hope the shoemaker agrees that these things are worth a pair of boots, Mom says. I wish there was a better way to get what we need, the boy grumbles. So now I'm starting to think that they're going to try and take all these items to a shoemaker and see if they can trade him or give them the things for shoes. Long ago, people bartered or traded for what they needed. Many cultures placed a high value on cows. They were often traded for goods or work. In different places and in different times, chickens, salt, and seashells were used in trades. Grains, beads, and other items were traded too. Trading was useful, but it did have problems and was not always easy. Sometimes items used for trade were not convenient. Cows are big animals. They are hard to transport from one place to another. Trade items could be messy. Not many people wanted a melted sack of salt. Items like pieces of shells could be hard to count. There was one more problem with trading. People did not always agree on the value of items. A farmer might think 2 egg-laying hens were worth the price of a shovel. The shovel owner might want 3 hens. People needed something easy to carry and handle. It also had to be fair. It had to have the same value for everyone. That value had to be clear. So, money was invented. In America, our money comes from the United States Mint. Each bill and coin has an amount printed on it. It is a good thing, too. Cows are big and heavy. Chickens are messy and sometimes smelly. Just try carrying them in your wallet to the shoe store. All right, and we talked about the United States Mint. That is the place where our money is made. It's called a mint. All right, number 1, I'm gonna read these questions and answer choices to you, and you guys can make your predictions or make your marks on the side. And then on some of these, you're gonna have to go back and find text evidence. Our skill this week is context clues. So if you remember if we're using context clues, if there's an unknown word, you're going to look for clues in the sentence before or after it or the words around it. Number 1, what is the main idea of the article? What's the whole article talking about? A, long ago, people carried salt in a sack. B, people used to trade cows and chickens. C, money comes from the United States Mint. Or D, people used to trade for things, but now we use money. So even though those are all true, which one was the main idea that the article was talking about the whole time? Number 2. What main problem do the mother and boy try to solve? F, they have to get the hens out of the hen house. G, they have to gather things to trade for boots. H, they have to make the cow keep walking. Or I, they have to carry salt in the rain. What's the main problem that the mom and the boy are trying to solve? Number 3, read these sentences from the article. The salt starts to dissolve. The sack leaks. Soon all the salt has melted away. Which word in the sentences help the reader understand what dissolve means? All, melted, soon, or starts? This is a context clue question. So if we're trying to figure out what dissolve means, we're going to look in the sentence after it. The salt starts to dissolve. The sack leaks. Soon all the salt has melted away. What do you think helps us figure out dissolve? The salt starts to all, melted, soon, or starts? Okay, I'll turn to the next page. Number 4. Read these sentences from the article. Many cultures placed a high value on cows. They were often traded for goods or work. What does the word value mean? Okay, that many cultures placed a high value on cows. They were often traded for goods or work. Do we think value means idea? G, feeling? H, price? Or I, valve? You can try each of these words in place of this, substitute, and see which one still makes sense. Many cultures placed a high idea on cows, a high feeling on cows, a high price on cows, or a high valve on cows. Number 5. Read these sentences from the article. In different places and in different times, chicken, salt, and seashells were used in trades. Grains, beads, and other items were traded too. What does the word items mean? So it said grains, beads, and other items were traded. Do we think items means animals, foods, shells, or things? You can use the clues around it. You also can try to place each one of these choices in place of the word items and see which one still makes the best sense. Number 6, trading. Read these sentences from the article. Trading was useful, but it did have problems and was not always easy. Sometimes items used for trade were not convenient. Which word helps you understand what convenient means? So it says it was not convenient. What do we think convenient means? Easy, items, trading, or useful. So it says trading was useful, but it did have problems and was not always easy. Sometimes items used for trade were not convenient. Okay. Number 7, flip like a pancake. says, what is the main problem in the article? So the main problem, the problem that was the biggest for this mom and this boy, is it that people needed a better way than trading to get what they needed? People needed coins and bills to buy things. Most people did not have money, or some items were hard to count. Okay, what do you think the main problem that they were trying to teach us about in that story was? Number 8, read these sentences. Cows are big animals. They are hard to transport from one place to another. You know what transportation is. That knowledge makes it most likely that transport means, I'm going to also box this because I'm going to make sure that I check my answer. So if you know what transportation means, transport probably means follow, move, sell, or use. So make your marks, put X's or dots next to the ones you think you can cross off or the ones you think might be it. And then whichever ones you have left, or if you only have one left, read this sentence and put that answer choice in place of this. Does it still make sense? If it doesn't, go ahead and cross that one off and try a different one. If you found one that still sounds right, if you substitute it, then you probably are correct. Number 9, what was one problem with trading? A, not all hens laid eggs. B, people had to walk in bad weather. C, shop owners charged too much for shovels. Or D, people might not agree on the value of things. Now on this question, there is text evidence that you can prove this answer. So if you want to make your marks over here and guess which ones you think it might be or which ones you can cross off, you can go back in your story and prove the answer. So you can go back and look in your article and see if you can underline why were there some problems with trading? And I will give you one hint, your text evidence will be on the back side on page 338, the picture without the cow. Somewhere on here it talks about what one problem with trading was. Okay, last one. Which problem was solved with bills and coins? So what problem was solved once we started making money with bills and coins? F, cows needed grass to eat. G, not everyone had animals or gold to trade. H, trade items could be hard to carry and count. I, shop owners did not want animals inside stores. So you might need to read that again and think, which problem was solved when we started making money? All right, that is your cold read practice for today. Continue to show us that you're using strategies, that you're looking back for text evidence. Remember, you can always look for clues for some of the context questions. You can also substitute or put in your answer choice when they're asking for the meaning of a word and see which one makes the most sense. All right, have a great day. Good job, guys.